Hello everybody. It's Laura from McNeely Garden Studios coming to see you on Tuesdays at 10. And we're going to do something really fun today. We always do something fun. But I have been asked, where do you get your pretty flower crowns? Because, you know, when I come to see you guys on Tuesday at 10, I always have on a flower crown. And when I teach my paint parties, when I do anything that's art related, I do wear my flower crown. And I'm going on a business retreat soon. I'm not going to tell you where. I'm going to let you guess as I go there. And I have some fun things to share with you while I'm on my trip too. But I needed a new flower crown. The theme of the retreat is, the color theme is purple. And I already have a purple one, but we're not going to wear purple the whole time. So I wanted one that was a little more springy and a little bit more available to wear just kind of anytime. So I went through, I'm going to turn you over here so you can see. You're not going to believe this. But every time any kind of artificial flowers come into my arena, whether that be in an arrangement, someone has some extra ones, whatever, I just collect them. I have a box that I put them in. And so, good morning, Jamie. So I'm going to turn you over here and let you see how many flowers I have accumulated over time. But I went through and I found all white ones. Jamie, I was just telling them that I already have my purple one, so we're going to make a white one today. And everybody wanted to know how, I've been asked this many times, how do you do it? So what I do is usually I get this at the dollar store, although there's a heavier one that's really good for gardening. I'm going to turn you down here a little bit. It's heavier and I really like it better, but I haven't been able to find any lately. So I kind of measure it by I know how big I need to have them now because I've done so many, but you kind of measure it around your head, double it, and add a little bit. Because what you're going to do is put the ends in the center. Can you see? And then we're going to wrap it like this with floral tape. And the reason for that is it gives you this fun little loop here on the end. I can't really see what I'm doing. How about, is that better? Pretty and purple. But it gives you this nice little loop that we're going to put a ribbon in because I like to tie them. And this also is a recycled shoe string. So I don't save everything, but I do save things that obviously look like they can be used. So I'm not going to bore you by going through and wrapping this on here. I went ahead and did one so that you could see. So I'm going to put this to the side. I do have hot glue gun already ready. I have scissors. I have wire cutters. Sometimes when you're dealing with hot glue, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but I use needle nose pliers sometimes to keep my fingers out of the hot glue. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. These are just little coffee stirrers. You get it anytime you get a cup of coffee, and sometimes I just wash them off and save them. But this is probably my favorite. These are cotton pliers, very, very long tweezers. These actually are kind of a little sticky because I've been using it. And that way you can pick up whatever you're going to do, put the hot glue gun on there, and then stick it to wherever you're going. So I have this butterfly and I have been wanting to put this on something, but it's really kind of too big. So I don't know if it's going to make it onto this one or not either, but we're going to try. So, okay, so you've got your base made. And then what I do is I get a piece of felt and fold it in half and just kind of cut a little leaf shape. Yes, hot glue is very technique sensitive, I think. So I cut these little leaves, and I usually do about 3 of them, and I do kind of leave them a little flatter on the bottom than I do on the top, because it makes the base for where you're going to glue your flowers. Can you see in there? So, and then you have to kind of think about things like this too. If you're going to put something like this on there that kind of sticks up, obviously you want that on the top. You don't want that hanging down in your face. So you have to be careful about things like that as well. And see how I have the tie? This way you can make it fit any hairstyle. It doesn't matter if you've got your hair up or down or whatever, or somebody wants to borrow it. So I'm going to, so what I do, I don't know if my cord, yep, is going to work fine. Okay, so what I do is I make a line straight across. I add the next one. You have to work kind of quickly when you do this, because you still want the glue to be hot and ready when you stick this on there. And so make sure you're in the center and press it down into the hot glue. Sometimes you still get stuck in it. Then you get all those little spider webs. And so now I'm just letting it cool off. I may end up having to put a little bit right there, but we'll see. It's kind of one of those things that evolves as you go. Now what I did do is when I went through all my flowers, I chose white, but I chose all different styles of flowers, because to me that just makes it a little more interesting. We're just going to have all kinds. And I did find this, which is not white, but it's a lighter yellow. And I tend to, see how many of these I've already used? You just pull them off. And then you've got this one little accent color. I don't know if you can see it. So, that's still a little bit hot right there. I see Kylie. Hello, how you doing? We're making flower crowns today, Kylie. I always wear one when I do my art, and I didn't have one this color. So now I am going to start with the greenery, which is in the back. And of course, this is folded this way, but I'm going to leave this part soft because this is the part that goes against your forehead. Hello, Anne. So we're going to glue all of our flowers here. And I'm going to start with the base. And like I said, you have to be careful what's sticking up or what's sticking into your face. So I'm going to kind of put these off to the side, I think, like this. And add some more glue. I don't know how long it takes me to make one of these, you guys, but I guess we're going to find out. And they're all a little bit different too. I don't want that to stick out quite that much. And I have different leaves also, which I thought would add a little interest. But if we go ahead and put this greenery down, it will give a little more contrast to the white flowers, because if you've noticed my hair, the white flowers are going to get lost. So, can you guys see? I think that might be better. All right, and I think I'm going to do the same thing over here, but not exactly. I don't want it to look like wings. That would be bad, or maybe it wouldn't. Big green, maybe not so good. So I'm going to do this one straight off like that. Notice that I'm not getting my fingers in the hot glue. Much happier day when I do that. And this one I think I'm going to have sticking up a little bit. You do have to be careful not to get the flowers too large. I know I was looking at these daffodils. I thought, oh, that would be nice. But see how three-dimensionally it is? It would really stick off of your head. And I have some like that, but honestly, they're not that comfortable to wear. They're kind of hot top heavy, and so I think I'm gonna put this one here. So this is a drastic departure from what I usually do, isn't it? But I thought maybe you would like to be a part of my regular life. I am very excited about getting to go to this business retreat. I think it's going to be a really exciting and informative thing. But I'm going to send you on a journey, and we're going to see if you can figure out where I'm going. As I'm going down there, I'll give you some clues. How about that? Would that be fun? I will tell you, some of these, like this one, this is gluing 101. Don't glue it to your surface. But like this one, I left the little plastic part that's glued to it to give it a little rigidity. But these other ones, I pulled it off the plastic so it's soft. Pardon me. Let's see. I don't see anybody new. All right, I think this one's kind of foldy. I think we'll do it like here. And there's really no way to, I haven't figured out a way to really plan this out. I plan it out a little bit, but you really can't. It just kind of goes, it flows where it goes. That one has a hole in it. So just think, in the next week or so, you'll probably see me in this, and you can say, hey, I saw her make that. This one has the plastic. I'm thinking I might pull it off, but yeah. Okay. Now these ones, I noticed they have some little yellow paint on it, where we had a painted prom at another business conference, and there was a black light, so I painted this with fluorescent paint. So I had that on my hat. I had a flower crown for my hat. So I may use those. Here's another one. All right, so you don't want to necessarily put your first flower right in the center, because then it'll be right in the middle of your head. So I do tend to start with things a little bit off center. And I have found as long as your stem doesn't hold your center in, it's easier to glue it on if you just cut it off. There we go. And that way it's more flat. So I'm going to put this one here. And I do put kind of, for these heavier flowers, I do put kind of a lump of glue. And this one is not perfectly white, but I like it. I think, and I have 2 of those. Oop, I have more. Didn't know. Okay. So I think we'll kind of intersperse these, and then we'll start adding some of the other ones to make it, give it a little interest. If you cut it off right at the edge there, then it doesn't make the flower fall apart. All right. I think maybe some of these will be more in the center. And if you notice, it doesn't take, pardon me, it doesn't take a whole lot of flowers. These are a little flatter. I think I'm gonna put them down first. As you guys know, the other part of my life is taking, I'm a photographer, so I've taken about 2,500 pictures this week, and I've been post-producing, so let me tell you, I was looking forward to hanging out with you guys and doing something fun. So when I get finished with this, I'm going to have to go right back to it, but that's okay. I'm going to glue that down right here. Sometimes you never know. It looks like it's going to be your favorite one and it's not comfortable, or you're not really liking it that much and it is comfortable, and then all of a sudden it becomes your favorite one. So you just never know. I stuck that in the glue and it wasn't ready. I do like that it's kind of monochromatic. You got, I guess this, I have a theme going. Last week I did a monochromatic thing. This week too. That one was hard to cut off. Do you guys have a special something that you do that you don't, and nobody else does that you know? It's kind of unusual. Terry likes seeing this. Terry just got back from a really fun trip. Did you have a good time, Terry? I had fun watching you. I can't wait to hear about it. I think I'm going to put that there. And I thought maybe we were going to need it, but I think not. Now, I've got these little things, and they're always fun. They always add a little interest. And I do tend to kind of cut them off a little short. This is when these come in really handy. I need a little more glue. And put that glue on there, and then you just kind of add it in. And I'm going to press this down. It's okay to have a petal pressed down and glued on. I think maybe we'll stick that one over there. You know what? I'm going to get a longer one. This is like operation, right? Like the surgery. Okay, it's starting to come together. I think I'm going to put some of these little yellow ones as well. We'll see if we can get it done with our fingers without burning everything. And I'm going to add this in here. Sometimes you can see them three-dimensional. All right, I will probably add some more there, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do this. I just loop my little ribbon in there. Now you can do it double, or you can tie it on like this. And I'm thinking I'm gonna tie it on like this time. Of course, you know how to make a square knot so it doesn't come out. This is an old satin shoelace, so I'm gonna cut this little thready part, the part that you thread through the eye there. Cut that off. And I'm gonna come down here and do this side. I am gonna go back and add some more of those little yellow flowers, I think. But unfortunately, I think the butterflies are not gonna make it on this one either. I'll find a way. Maybe I'll just make one solely of butterflies. How about that? Okay, so you have the ties. And I'll bring you back up here. It was great, but oh, it was chilly. It's chilly here today too. All right, so I'm gonna show you. It takes a little doing to get it really where it needs to be. And you see when it goes around my head, see how it's got some empty spots? So I'll have to fill some of that in. And I'm thinking I might even like it. Sometimes you gotta try it like this. I think I like it better like that. But it definitely takes a little doing, takes a little evolution, and then you just tie it on. And are you guys excited to find out where I'm going to be going on my trip? Got lots of fun things to share with you. All right, well, thanks so much for coming. And today was Tuesday at 10 with Laura McNeely at McNeely Garden Studios. And we're going to be doing more fun things soon, okay? Thanks for coming. Bye.